next mile and a half, we'll start a descent down to 9,500. Neither target appears to be descending.
Proteus has the level traffic about 11 o'clock.
Base concurs, starting a descent at this time, heading 340. Go, Proteus, go! Go! Yes, yes. Okay, yes, go, go, down.
Copy, we got you inside. Boy, that would have been a midair. Look at that. Oh, that was great.
Okay, 500 feet at the merge, end to point, you have the airplane. This project is designed to address a very key technology that will be required for operation of remotely operated aircraft in the National Airspace System. Today, all piloted aircraft operate on a see and avoid principle, so that whenever there's visibility outside the cockpit, pilots are required to provide their own visual separation. Obviously, with an unpiloted aircraft, that's not possible. And so what we're trying to do is to start bringing together some key technologies to allow unpiloted aircraft to have that same see and avoid capability. What we just demonstrated today in the Proteus on this mission was what we call a cooperative system, which counts on other aircraft flying around to have transponders that report their altitude and position.
And we could see him coming, we could see he was head on, but I could also see that he was going to be very close to our altitude. You know, he was descending, he was only 300 feet above me, he's only out maybe 3 or 4 miles. The closure is very rapid. And then our airplane would receive a command from the ground that would put it into a dive and or a turn. And on a couple of occasions, we passed very close, within 300 feet of the other airplane. However, the appropriate action was taken. What would have been a midair without a doubt was avoided without any input from me at all.
We did 12 intercepts here out of Las Cruces. We flew these profiles under very canned, choreographed situation, but we also presented the aircraft with a lot of situations where, had he not maneuvered, or had he made the wrong maneuver, we definitely could have had a potential for a close pass or something that obviously none of us wanted to see. But everything worked perfectly. It was an excellent day, and I think very educational for all of us concerned, and especially a giant step towards getting unmanned airplanes clear to fly in the FAA's national airspace.
A key element to the overall detect, see, and avoid picture is to be able to see uncooperative aircraft, that is, those who don't have transponders. For example, a hot air balloon or an ultralight or an old airplane that isn't participating, or one whose transponder has simply failed. And it's going to be key to provide that additional capability to any ROA in the future for operation in national airspace.
And we have a small radar that we hang under the nose of our airplane, and that gives us one more thing, and it's very like a pair of eyes looking out of the window. If there's something out there, even if it's an ultralight or a large flock of birds, that radar will see it, and we would then have the ability to try to avoid that with a command from the ground.
Skywatch was able to detect aircraft out to 35 nautical miles, giving us much greater visibility than even the pilots in the cockpit had. Typically, they can only detect and see approaching aircraft within 5 nautical miles on a good day, and we were able to have a very good situational awareness of everything around us, 360 degrees above and below of all intruder aircraft as they flew within our vicinity. Whether we're within line of sight or over the horizon, the FAA air traffic controller will not know the difference. They will think that they're communicating with the cockpit, the pilots in the cockpit, when in fact they're actually communicating with us here on the ground control station.
I think the technology that we've seen here in this test is what would be the foundation for a follow-on program to really address the issue of how can UAVs routinely operate in the national airspace system. The goals of ERAS to help develop UAVs for science and to help the UAV industry in this country mature, I think to a large extent have been achieved. And that's evidenced just about every night on the evening news when we see unpiloted aircraft in a military role. I think it's now time to refocus and look at the future, and I really think that is working with industry and other government agencies to allow these aircraft routine access to the national airspace system.